prosecution will argue that Eric is a dangerous street kid who laid in wait for Jason Lobdell, then murdered him in cold blood.
Right, then you will prove that Eric is a sweet, frightened boy who Jason Lobdell lured into the yard to kill him before he came in and slaughtered us in our beds.
Amy!
Hey, it's a fight to the death. I'm loaded for bear.
You are not loaded for anything. You're an observer.
I'm not good at that.
Of course you are. You're a judge. Basically, all you ever do is sit back and watch other people work.
Hey!
They'll put on their guys. I will destroy them in cross, and then it's our turn.
Put Mom on first.
No.
Absolutely not.
Why wouldn't you use Maxine? She's the closest thing Eric has to a grandmother.
Yeah.
Mother, I mean.
Ms. Gray, in the time since this heinous murder, have you discussed the evening's events with the defendant?
Yes, in detail.
So Eric did tell you something?
Jose, okay. I don't want that question asked or answered in my presence. Thank you.
But wouldn't the prosecution just put Maxine on the stand and ask her?
No.
How can you be so certain?
Because I didn't put you on my list of witnesses, so the prosecution will think that I'm trying to trick them into putting you on the stand.
How do you know that they will not figure out that you do not really want me on the stand and call your bluff?
Because I'm smarter than they are. Now, the Superior Court's importing a judge from Norwich to avoid the appearance of cronyism. A little bit of a nut, apparently, but that works for us.
Why does that work for us?
Mommy, I was thinking about Eric.
I know, honey, we're all thinking about Eric.
So I made hats for his birthday party.
Eric turned 17 on the opening day of the trial.
They won't allow a party.
Well, certainly the three of us can pull some strings and throw Eric a party.
Why does it work for us? The judge is a nut.
Amy, look around you.
Right.
It's pretty sad I'm using my vacation time to attend a trial. What are you going to be doing?
I may look in on Eric's trial from time to time.
Put you on the list.
You about done in here?
Beg your pardon?
These are Judge Gray's chambers.
She's going on vacation, right?
Yeah?
While Judge Gray's on the beach, her chambers are being loaned to Judge Nancy Paul. I'm Wesley Roberts, CSO.
Did you know about this?
No.
Wesley, do any of these windows open? Judge Gray, I'm Judge Paul. Thank you very much for the use of your chambers and the courtroom.
I'm Judge Gray's CSO, Bruce Phoenix.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Fear of racism versus fear of sexism, and fear of racism won out.
You're gonna break that.
It's nice to meet you, Judge Paul.
The presiding judge gave me your chambers behind your back. Do you know why? He doesn't like you.
How do you know that?
Intuition. Listen, but don't worry. You'll go on your vacation. This whole trial will be history, and I will be back in Norwich.
You're from Norwich?
Yes, the Riviera of Connecticut without the Riviera.
You're on the Eric Black trial.
That's right.
We shouldn't be talking. I'm the reason you were imported. Eric Black is a friend of the family's.
Well, we're in bounds. We have two witnesses right here, CSOs. But while we're talking about it, what do you think? Just a little judicial humor.
You're gonna break that window.
We should get out of here. It's nice to have never met you, Judge Paul.
Yeah, nice to have never met you as well. I didn't want it open permanently, Wesley.
Birthday party? I don't feel very festive.
Well, do it for Lauren. She made hats. Mr. Collins says it will look good to have supporters at the trial. Is there anyone you can think of?
No.
Time's up.
I have nightmares about what happened.
That means you're not a psychopath. I find that reassuring.
There's one friend from school, Mark Thurber. Sean has his phone number.
Mark Thurber.
Bruce.
I broke up with Gordon.
Who would have seen that coming? Wait, but shouldn't he have seen it? Since he's an astrologer?
I'm already sorry I told you.
I think you broke up with him to give me a clear shot.
I find your terminology offensive.
But I'm right?
Are you asking me out?
Yes. I'm on vacation. Rebecca's going to stay with her mother. Let's run off to New York together.
Whoa, big man. We haven't reached the checking into hotel stage yet.
Then what we should do is get together and discuss various stages and how we might reach them.
Mr. Braun, you're too old to be afraid of a shot.
I'm not afraid of the shot, lady. I'm afraid of getting it from the hired help.
Yeah, I would be too, especially if Nurse Corazon. Around here we call her Vlad the Impaler.
Not an appropriate time for hilarious little jokes, Dr. McCarty.
Are you a full doctor or another half doctor?
What's the skinny? No offense.
Mr. Braun is a non-insulin-dependent diabetic. He received a burn and puncture wound on his arm while changing the oil in his car. Dr. Redickert ordered a tetanus shot, but Mr. Braun has already chased off 3 interns and a resident.
You need a tetanus shot, Mr. Braun.
Fine. You give it to me.
All right. I need a hypodermic with a big, fat needle and an ampule of tetanus.
We're supposed to use these.
Didn't you hear me? A dull, rusty needle and the really thick, syrupy tetanus solution.
He's kidding, right?
That's Gemma Lonsdale, Eric's prosecutor.
Lonsdale's good.
Yeah? She really thinks Eric's guilty.
Who's that with her?
It's Lisa Lobdell, the victim's sister.
I don't think of Jason as having a family.
Everybody has family, even psycho stalkers.
Amy, Bruce, Mr. Collins, meet Eric's friend, Mark Thurber.
Well, I come out to support Eric.
Connecticut versus Eric Black. Judge Paul wants to address everybody.
Since when do judges talk to witnesses before they testify?
I don't know.
Never seen a courtroom from this side. Is the seal crooked?
Everybody here? Fine, there are a few elephants in the room that I'd like to acknowledge before we get going. You have a very innocent face. And a very snappy suit.
Maxine bought it for me.
I assume you mean the suit, not your face. Maxine, that would be your DCF caseworker, is that correct?
That is correct.
Do you buy suits for all your charges, or just those accused of murder?
Are those my only choices?
Pretty much. You can sit. Also in the court today, Superior Court Judge Amy Gray, and Regional...
This is not normal judicial behavior.
Normal. Like you making a witness go out and change because you don't like her belly button?
And Mr. Van Exel, the court services officer. Did your boss require your presence today?
No, Your Honor. I am a family friend.
It's very touching. And you in the back, who are you?
Mark Thurber, ma'am. Just a friend, no one important.
Oh, friends are very important at a trial, especially those without influence. And I assume you're a relative of the victim.
I'm his sister.
I'm very sorry for your loss. And I wonder how all this conspicuous support for the defendant looks to you.
Like, not fair.
I imagine you compare your side of the courtroom to the defense side of the courtroom, and you worry that I'm going to be swayed that a kid with this kind of high-powered influence must be innocent. Well, there is an alternative interpretation. Maybe he is just a very bad kid who threw away his own life, as well as the life of your brother. Those are the elephants. Now let's skedaddle the witnesses out of the room and get started, shall we? Ms. Lonsdale, I believe you're first.
The people will show that Eric Black, a former street hustler.
Okay. Lawyers, here's my philosophy, okay? All finger-pointing, all name-calling, all general snottiness will be relegated to closing arguments when and if the charges can be substantiated.
Yes, Your Honor. The evidence will show that Eric Black ambushed Jason Lobdell on the night of his death. Forensic evidence will show that Jason Lobdell was fleeing at the time of his murder, that he was unarmed at the time of the attack upon his person, and that the murder weapon, a knife, belonged to Eric Black. In short, we will prove that Eric Black planned and executed the cold-blooded murder of Jason Lobdell and should bear full culpability under the law. Dr. Masuko, can you characterize the wounds suffered by the murder victim?
The victim's hands and forearms were slashed.
Objection. The references to murder and victim are prejudicial.
Sustained. Please use the term killer and dead guy.
Are these the type of wounds usually referred to as defensive?
Yes.
Did you find any defensive wounds on the killer?
None whatsoever.
Is this congruent with the defense's contention that Eric Black wrested the knife from Jason Lobdell and killed him in self-defense?
No.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I am always amazed at how much you forensic types can tell from a few scratches. You're like those old Indian trackers in the Westerns who could tell the color of a man's hair by the way his horse walked through the water.
Lose the sarcasm, Mr. Collins, as much as I enjoy it personally.
Right. These defensive wounds, how can you be sure that Mr. Lobdell was backing away?
The cuts tapered, became shallower. If the victim had been advancing, they'd have deepened.
Simple physics. Except, couldn't the victim have been advancing while my client fended him off with the knife?
That would indicate extraordinary aggression.
My contention is, sir, that the victim was staggeringly aggressive, advancing so viciously, in fact, that he essentially drove the blade into his own heart. Is that possible?
Again, the magnitude of rage would be so pronounced.
Say the victim was a psychotic stalker. Theoretically, no slander intended against the deceased Mr. Lobdell.
Given that set of circumstances, yes.
Maybe that's what happened. Thank you, Your Honor.
What's wrong with me?
I mean, aside from the fact that you're overweight, middle-aged, and suffering from diabetes?
102.8 with a bullet.
Oh, wow. This is blistering, but it's not showing any sign of infection. Why are you running a fever?
Are you supposed to know that?
Yeah, that's right. Let's take some blood.
More needles?
Start Mr. Braun on a vancomycin drip per pharmacy, and we'll get this set right in an hour.
How late is Mommy this time?
Not too late, honey.
An hour and 6 minutes? I can tell time upside down now.
Oh, Hello. I'm Zola.
I'm Rebecca. I thought you were my mommy.
No. Your daddy and I were going to, I'm sorry, should I?
Come in. Rebecca's mother's running a little late.
1 hour and 7 minutes.
Hello. Oh. What a lovely gathering.
Can we confirm how long you're going to keep Rebecca?
I'll know when I know. At which time I will call you on the telephone, and then you'll know.
I have plans.
Yeah, I see that. You're gonna want to lay off the suggestive tone with me.
Zola, call me when you can. Yeah, have a good time, babe.
Hi, Daddy.
I'm sorry, this is new for me. I'll polish up my insult with a smile skills.
Good.
You say you were asleep, Judge Gray?
Yes.
Then you were wakened by the burglar alarm?
No.
Then what woke you?
Could have been the wind or nothing. A bad dream.
If Eric were moving around downstairs, crossing from window to window, keeping watch, might that wake you up?
Yeah. Or if he went to the bathroom or got himself a glass of water.
Good one.
Where were you when the burglar alarm sounded?
In the upstairs hallway, talking to my mother.
You live with your mother?
It works for us.
Judge Gray, what happened when you and your mother heard the burglar alarm?
Well, we rushed downstairs, and we could see that the den door was open, and outside Eric was outside.
Standing over Jason Lobdell's body?
Yes.
With a bloody knife in his hand?
Yes.
With blood all over his chest?
All over his t-shirt and jeans, yes.
Was the house abnormally cold?
No.
Then why the t-shirt and jeans?
I can't answer that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins.
Judge Gray, what was Eric wearing on his feet?
On his feet? He was barefoot.
If he expected trouble, if he expected to kill someone out in the backyard on a cold October night, don't you think he'd wear shoes?
Objection, speculation.
Counsel asked the witness to speculate about the t-shirt and jeans.
I was wondering why you didn't object. Overruled.
I would expect someone planning an ambush to wear shoes.
3 years ago, Mr. Braun suffered congestive heart failure.
They put him on a strong diuretic with good responses. Echocardiogram showed improvement.
He went off it a year later.
He's complaining about pains in his hip and his side.
Doesn't make sense.
Chem 20 is fine. CBC indifferent normal. No indications of left shift. Blood culture's normal. Why is his temperature rising? Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Are you asking a nurse to consult?
I'm not one of those kind of doctors, okay? I'm not going to blame any of this on you, and I'm stumped. So if you have something, please share.
Well, I've never seen anything like this. I'm completely confused. Now, doctor, if you tell any of the other nurses I said this, they will not believe you, and I'll deny it.
You better get Lily in here.
Yes.
Come on.
Okay, okay.
Are you ready for your surprise?
Bring it on.
Ta-da!
Wow. Thanks, everyone.
Now make a wish, but don't tell us what it is.
Thanks, everybody. This is great.
Come on. Last year we all went bowling for your birthday. That was great. This sucks monkey butt.
What do you think about Eric's judge?
Judge Paul? She's okay.
She's okay? She's out there, baby.
Or says the judge who sentenced a gangbanger to listen to show tunes?
What are you suggesting? That we're similar in some way? Because we're not.
All right.
I mean, why does she look at her CSO all the time? Does she need his approval for every ruling?
Ooh, rumor has it she's been carrying on an affair with him for the last 10 years.
Well, the way she looks at him, I believe it.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Thank you, Mr. Van Exel.
Bruce, you brought Eric a woman for a birthday present.
The kind of humor where people own other people is not amusing to African Americans.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I absolutely apologize.
This is my friend Zola Knox, and she is torturing you for her own amusement because you're white.
Have some cake, Miss Knox.
No, thanks. I'm cutting down on my carbs.
This young man is incarcerated, facing murder charges. No one knows when he will be allowed to have another party, and you are concerned about your carbs?
Oh, my God. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course I can have a piece.
This is my friend Maxine Gray. You two have a lot in common.
Hey, it's okay.
So I brought you a present, but they wouldn't let me bring it in.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Okay, now what do you want more than anything? Because that's what I got you. I really want it. You did? Thank you. All right, cool. Okay, here you go.
just wake me up?
Yeah.
I'm brushing my hair back from my forehead.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to wake someone up.
Ron Braun died.
Why wasn't I called?
It happened very quickly.
I'm his doctor. I was in the hospital. You should have called me.
I called for a doctor.
I responded first. He went into respiratory distress, so I started resuscitation, but he went into full arrest.
We initiated a code blue and we didn't get a rhythm. There's nothing anyone could have done.
Well, we won't know that now, will we? Because I never had the chance to keep my patient from dying, did I? This ever happens again, I'll have your job.
No. I'll go. Dr. McCarty.
What?
The patient died. You'll have to face a board. So will Dr. Labont, and so will I.
So?
So maybe instead of antagonizing nurses who can be very helpful in situations like these, you could play it a little smarter.
He came in here with a burn on his arm, and he's going out in a body bag.
Thanks for the party. And thanks for bringing Mark. Did you like him?
Is that why you asked me to stay? To ask me if I think Mark is cute and nice?
No. What if they asked me about the knife?
They can only ask you about the knife if Mr. Collins puts you on the stand.
Mr. Collins says my testimony totally explains the forensics.
You haven't told him about the knife?
He never asked. He told me never to tell him anything he didn't ask. When I admit it's my knife, it's premeditation, I go to jail.
I do not agree.
I can't risk it. I've been in jail before.
What do you want? My permission to lie on the stand under oath? Because I will not give you that permission. You know my beliefs. We make our choices and we live with the consequences.
The consequences of lying are a stay out of jail.
A good man does not lie under oath.
What is the use of being a good man in jail?
Do you think this is another small, unimportant lie? Because it's not. It is a lie about the death of a human being that makes it big and very important.
Time's up. Mark is... He means something to me. Like no one ever... It's another reason to stay out of jail, that's all.
Well, it's too late for dinner, but we can drop by Goodwin's, have a drink, eat some crab puffs. Are crab puffs still in season? Do you even like crab puffs? Okay, forget crab puffs. I know a place where we bring our own wine, they look the other way and feed us jambalaya.
I can't go out with you.
Wow, you really hate jambalaya.
I don't want you to be mad at me.
Why would I get mad? Did you keep jerking me back and forth?
You're in love with two other women.
What?
Your ex-wife.
We were never married.
And your boss. I saw you with both of them today, and it was obvious. Big man, you're a mess. And you'll make a mess out of me if I let you.
Forget this. I'm not doing any more defending myself or arguing or assuring you. I'm done. I'm just gonna take you home and we'll forget we ever met.
That would be best for both of us.
I know that now. I didn't before, but I sure as hell know it now.
We still don't know.
All right. It looks like you did almost everything by the book.
Almost?
Let me rephrase that. Dr. Labont, you did everything by the book. There's no way a board will find you culpable in Ron Braun's death.
Lovely.
No, it's nothing, but still.
What?
You didn't use a prepackaged tetanus shot. You used a hypodermic and ampule.
So that doesn't make any difference.
I couldn't agree more, as long as you followed aseptic technique.
Of course I did.
I believe you. But I'm going to advise you to lie to the board.
What?
She's right. Just say you used the prepackaged shot.
Why?
Because it's standard operating procedure.
But it doesn't matter.
It's just my advice. Don't give them anything. Rewrite it.
I don't like lying.
Is that because you're basically honest or because you're basically self-destructive?
It's because I don't like lying. I did it for years with great ease, and it only ever got me into more trouble. So one of the very few promises I made to myself is that I would not lie. Not when it was important. Braun, that man, he was important.
In that case, it was nice working with you.
And the major issue is ownership of the murder weapon. The prosecution will say that it's Eric's and that he attacked and killed an unarmed man with it. We say the knife was Lobdell's and that he came to the house intending to use it. Luckily, Lobdell has a history of weapons violations.
There's something you should know.
Maxine, please.
You should not put Eric on the stand. I think you understand what I mean.
Okay, zip.
What's going on?
Mom knows that Stu is an ethical lawyer, and he cannot knowingly let Eric lie on the stand. And I can't hear this either.
You were gonna lie on the stand?
This is precisely why I did not want you to tell me what happened that night. My question to you is this. Who are you going to be when this is all over?
Where did you meet Jason Lobdell?
Bergen.
Bergen Correctional Institute.
Yeah, I was there for breaking and entering. Jaced for armed robbery.
Armed robbery? So he had a gun?
No, a knife. Jace didn't like guns. He said they were too noisy.
Your Honor, permission to show evidence to this witness?
Yes, but please don't give it to him. I don't like his shifty eyes.
Do you recognize this knife?
Maybe it looks like it could be, kind of familiar.
Mr. Thayer, you're currently housed at the Hartford Correctional Institute, is that right?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Yeah, I realize it's a lot better here than there, but if you don't get more succinct with your answers, I'm gonna add to your sentence.
All right, Jace had like 20 knives. I think I've seen that one before. I think I've seen him practice throwing with it. Even though it's not a throwing knife.
Thank you. That's it for me. Thanks.
Can you say for certain this weapon belonged to Jason Lobdell?
Not for certain, for certain.
Thank you.
Morning, Judge Gray.
Judge Paul.
Nancy.
Nancy, we can't talk.
No. Not about the trial or the defendant, so we won't.
Okay.
You know, I've never had a case so closely tied to another judge before. Especially one I respect.
Respect? We don't really know each other.
I've read your judgments. You've left your mark. You've made a difference.
Thank you, Judge Paul.
That's why I hope we can keep this professional, not second guess each other. Keep our own counsel after I've made my decision.
You mean not describe you as eccentric to the press if you decide against Eric?
Oh, now that you said that particular name, I gotta go. Ta-ta. What was that?
I think maybe she just told me she thinks Eric is guilty.
You solemnly swear and solemnly and sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give concerning this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
I do.
Eric?
Did you kill Jason Lobdell?
Yes,
How?
with that knife.
Why'd you kill him? Did you hate him?
No. I didn't know him except for that afternoon when he tried to kidnap Lauren.
Your Honor.
Just answer the question, Eric.
No. I didn't hate Jason Lobdell.
Then why'd you kill him?
I thought he was going to kill me.
What made you think that?
He told me so. He said he was going to use that knife to cut out my heart.
Jason Lobdell was older than you, stronger, experienced with knives. Why are you sitting here charged with murder instead of him? Tell us what happened.
We struggled for the knife, and I don't know. I twisted and kicked and twisted, and then I had the knife. I showed it to him, but he kept coming. I stepped back and stepped back. I told him, I'll use this, I'll cut you, but he was mad, really mad. I was scared he was gonna kill me. He was gonna kill me.
So you cut him?
Yes.
But he kept coming?
I cut his arms good. He forced me up against the house. He tried to get the knife back. It was slippery in my hand. He was spraying blood everywhere, so I stabbed him in the chest.
Did that stop him?
No. We both fell down, and when we fell, I pushed the knife in as far as I could. It was crazy, but I thought I could pin him to the ground and run away. We were just lying there, and I felt him stop breathing. He stopped breathing. And I knew I didn't have to run.
I'm going to call a 20-minute recess before the cross-examination.
All rise.
Don't do that. It doesn't suit you running away.
Is this a speech about being friends?
No, I don't believe in that. Cutting your feelings down, making them smaller. I don't want to be your friend.
Fine.
Given the choice of being your friend or something more, I'm going to choose something more.
No one's giving you a choice.
You are wrong about Judge Gray and Mia. You are so wrong.
I read your face. Both times.
Then you read wrong. Now, I know you're not used to that, so it hits hard. But maybe what's going on here is that you're feeling something strong for me, and it's easier to run than to see it through. But you know, I don't like Dr. Phil, so you can talk this all through with your girlfriends if you want to.
I would, but I have nothing to discuss with them.
No matter what you might think of these other women, you're the only one I take this much crap from. If it weren't for Rebecca, I would never see me again. And if you still think I have a thing for Judge Gray in 6 months, I'll quit my job. Now, what are you willing to do for me?
I want to commend both lawyers. Ms. Lonsdale, you were thorough and fair and very painstaking.
Thank you.
You have an annoying habit of clearing your throat, but maybe that was nerves or an allergy.
Thanks for the tip, Judge Bell.
Mr. Collins, you're clever. Lots of nuance, a musical approach.
Very kind, Your Honor. Thank you.
You have a tendency to be tricky, and your charm won't work on every judge the way it's worked on me.
Gotcha.
Now, in the matter before me, I thought I was ready to rule on this matter, but then I got a little niggling feeling. You ever get that, Wes? Yeah, there was a very big question in this case that was never asked. It's really rare when both lawyers don't ask the big question. Anybody want to guess what that big question is? No, didn't think so. Sit. Unlike a lawyer, I don't have to know the answer to a question before I ask it. I am not competitive. I'm not even a player in this thing. Hell, I am just the referee. There's no way for me to win or to lose. Lucky me. I get to ask the big question. Is this your knife, Eric? Did you wait, knife in hand, intending to take the life of this man?
No, ma'am. He brought the knife. It's not mine.
I'm finding Eric Black non-delinquent of all charges. I find that he acted in self-defense. I will release him to the custody of his foster father, Mr. Sean Potter.
All rise.
Thank you.
My way. Hey.
Well, I think we're done.
Yeah. Well, is it bad? You told them the truth, didn't you? So you lied.
I told him the truth.
Then what are you so happy about?
Because we have been found non-culpable in the death of Mr. Ron Braun.
I told you we'd leave it as we found it.
Hi. And thank you.
For what? Fixing the window?
For Eric. And I am sorry for suggesting that you were implying that I shouldn't go to the press if you ruled against Eric.
That's exactly what I was implying. Tell me he's a good boy.
He's such a good boy.
Would you have ruled the same way? I mean, the case is over. You know, Eric won. It's just that I believed him when he told me that the knife wasn't his, but...
Something.
Something.
I don't know anything you don't know.
And you think he may have saved your life? And your daughter's? You like being a judge?
I like it better than sitting in the gallery, that's for sure.
You and I have a lot in common, you know. We're both considered nutty. I mean, the way I see it, we sit here and watch this parade of lunacy, mental deviants, wackos walk past us every day. If you ask me, they're nuts. Not you. Not me. Listen, you ever get to Norwich, call me. We'll go skeet shooting.
Hey, you know, that thing you do, the critiquing the lawyers? I might start doing that.
Nothing beats ridiculing lawyers. It's very therapeutic. Try it. On me.
Raise your glasses, everyone.
Defense lawyer extraordinaire. Because of him, Eric is with us tonight and not eating off a tray at Silver Street.
Speech. All right, well, I'd like to say to you what I like to say to all of my clients, and I mean this from the heart. Friends we are today, and friends we will always be, for I am wise to you and you can see through me.
No, come on. Yeah, what do you think about it? That's remarkably cynical.
What do you expect?
Hey, I'm a hero. Thank you, Lauren.
Everything I said today was true. All but one thing.
You're the guest of honor. You should be in there celebrating.
I showed him the knife. I tried to scare him away. He tried to take the knife away, and he would have killed me.
And that is precisely what you should have explained to the judge.
I did it.
Yes, I know. You did it for us. And Amy thanks you from the bottom of her heart. But I cannot look at you the same way. I'm sad. And I'm disappointed. You got away with murder. And somehow, all of us are going to have to figure out how to deal with that.
No. All of us don't. Mark got in trouble with his parents today because of me. He told them about us, you know what I mean?
Of course I do.
So, probably the best thing would be for me and Mark to leave. Together.
You mean run away?
They'll be hiring tree planters in Canada soon. If you work hard, you can make a lot of money planting trees.
Well, that's a stupid, romantic adolescent notion.
Then I guess I'm a stupid romantic adolescent.
Eric Black, you get back here right now. Eric, come back here. Come back here.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime. Can the detectives connect the dots between two murdered husbands? Find out on Law and Order. Next on TNT.
For today, Taylor's mom is driving carpool, so she can take you home. But if you have cheerleading, call me by noon and Aunt Jillian can come get you. But either way...
I know. Call Grandma when I get home.
I, in turn, will alert the Department of Homeland Security if I haven't heard from her by 5 minutes after 3.
Okay, and let's try to lose the attitude between now and then. Both of you.
Taylor! Now!
Amy, if it's all right with you, I thought I would pick Lauren up at school today.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, we were talking, and well, I thought I could take her skating.
Skating?
Skating.
Why do you have time for that? I thought you were still coaching the... No, you don't want to take her skating. You want to put her on your hockey team. Skating. Forget about it. Honey, what are you thinking? You want to play hockey?
Grandma!
She's a very good skater. You've seen her skate?
Yeah, I've also seen her smile. It's a lovely smile, and honey, it's not the same without your teeth. I've been to hockey games. They're vicious.
Mom, you're being ridiculous. This is pee-wee hockey. And besides, Grandma played field hockey in school. What's the difference?
The difference is that you fall on the field and you get a grass stain. You fall on the ice and your head splits open, like a melon.
They do wear helmets.
Hey, Mom, this is between me and Lauren.
This is totally unfair. If I was a boy, you'd let me play.
What? That's just... Nothing could be farther from the truth.
Prove it.
All right, we're gonna talk about this later. I can't prove that. It's impossible to prove.
I'm just a renter.
Which is great. 7:35 and my day's already ruined. It's a new record. Hey, Bruce, here you are. Take one of these off my hands, will you?
You bought me coffee?
Don't be so surprised. I had a coupon.
Thanks, but I don't want it.
Bruce, take the coffee, please, before I drop it and it sears the flesh off my foot. Thank you. You're ridiculous, man.
What?
Terrified somebody's gonna see me giving you a coffee and get the wrong idea.
No.
And when I say someone, I mean Zola.
Is there something in that coffee? Because I don't know where you're getting this.
Whatever you say. So are we still on this weekend? Getting the girls together?
The art thing. That's this weekend?
Sunday.
I didn't realize. I need to check my schedule. I'll get back to you.
You know where to find me.
They're no longer interested? Were those their exact words?
Foster parents change their mind, Maxine, all the time. You know that.
But we do not encourage it. We don't simply sit back and let it happen.
Wait, I didn't let anything happen. There were problems with that girl. That's how she ended up in a work camp, remember?
Well, there are always problems. Brianna Griffith is only 15 years old, but she has managed in the course of her short life to become addicted to methamphetamine and to get herself cleaned up. She's ready to start her life again.
Yes, and we will do whatever we can to help her.
We can help her by convincing her foster parents that they should be present when she is released from the work farm.
Nards are no longer her foster parents. They had a grievance. They went through the proper channels, and it is not our job to convince them of anything.
The girl deserves a second chance.
Oh, that is rich. You're handing out second chances? Why don't we drop Eric a postcard? Let him know.
So you're probably wondering why you're here.
You called, I came. That's what sponsors do.
You haven't touched your tea. You hate your tea, don't you?
I know.
Okay, here it is. I think I'm in love with you.
You know where to reach me.
Martin, please sit. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Nothing. Everything's great. I'm back in residency, clean, sober, the works. And this is going to sound more conceited than I am, but as it turns out, as a doctor, I'm actually kind of awesome.
But?
I think I'm ready. I met someone, and I think...
You're ready for a relationship.
Yeah, and I know that the big book of arbitrary recovery rules says I can't date for the rest of my natural life.
6 months is what's recommended.
It's been a year and a half.
Who is she?
She's a doctor at the hospital. She's great.
Is this your boss? The one you told me about?
No, not her. That's Lily. That would be a disaster. I'm not that stupid. I'm talking about Heather.
You got Lily, you got Heather. I think I've seen this hospital on late night Cinemax. I'm sorry.
No, I really like this girl. I'm pretty sure she has feelings for me, too. I mean, we work together 10, 12 hours a day, so we see each other at our absolute worst. Still, she's the kind of person that makes the day go by faster.
A workplace relationship sounds complicated.
It's not complicated. It's not even a relationship. Not yet.
Okay, let's begin. Eddie Chase and Chris Ludwig, you are charged with felony risk of injury to a minor in the death of Crystal McKinney. Nicole Kleinman for the defense, Your Honor. And Mr. Mayhew, you're representing the state?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, both sides are aware that with a charge such as this, the burden of proof the state must meet is a mens rea. To put it simply, the specific intent to commit a criminal act.
And since there was no criminal act, we'd like to offer a motion to dismiss and save the court valuable time and money.
Well, that is very charitable of you, Miss Kleinman, but I'd like to hear a few of the particulars first.
Your Honor, Crystal McKinney attended the rave that was hosted by the defendants where she ingested the drug MDMA, also known as ecstasy. Her heart gave out. She died at the scene.
The state couldn't find the actual person who gave Miss McKinney the drugs, so now they are coming after my clients with this ridiculous risk of injury charge.
Your Honor, as you can see, that's not a flyer for some teeny bopper tea party. It's an ad for an all-night rave where ecstasy use is the primary objective.
There is nothing on that flyer about drugs. I have my clients' flyers from previous gatherings, and you can see they are all the same, promoting nothing but a safe, alcohol-free environment for underage kids.
The state believes these individuals have hosted this rave as they have all previous raves with the sole purpose of distributing ecstasy to minors.
Okay, well, I'm convinced I need to hear more, so I am denying the motion to dismiss, and we will continue this, wait, don't tell me, in a month and a half.
Later today at 3 p.m.
Later today, 3 p.m.
Is there something you want to say to me?
No.
Eric made his choice, a dumb kid, knee-jerk choice, running away to Canada to become a tree planter, for God's sake.
Why do you think that was? You were the most important person in his life, and you turned your back on him.
I did not.
You made him feel like he was nothing but a liar.
He killed a man.
A man who threatened your family.
And then he lied about it in court.
To stay out of jail. And you know something? I would have done the same thing. If that was me in court, I would have told the same lie.
I don't believe you.
This was your idea. Do you remember that? You came to me and you told me that my life was empty and that I could do this kid a world of good.
And you did.
And why do you think I resisted it? Why do you think you had to talk me into it? Because I was afraid of letting you down, not Eric, you. You set the bar too high, everyone is going to disappoint you.
Blood pressure's disappearing on me.
Dr. McCarty, what do we do?
What?
Here's your scalpel. There are the stats. What do we do?
Lily, what are you doing? Make the cut.
There's no more time.
Do it.
You're losing him.
Move. Heather, I need you to. What's it called?
Sponge.
Sponge, and then the other thing.
Suction.
Yes. Keep the blood out of my way. If I can find the leak.
Separators.
God, that's a lot of blood. Pressure's dropping. 60 over 45. This isn't working.
It will. More suction.
40 over 22.
Get the blood out of there.
Trying.
There it is. I see the puncture. Give me your finger.
My finger?
Right there.
Okay, never done this before.
Don't move.
How long am I supposed to hold my finger?
Okay,
on the...
just leave me if I can get it clamped. Got it.
Blood pressure stabilizing.
Suture.
Olson, why don't you take over and close up?
It's all yours. Welcome back, Mr.
Johnson. Kenny Johnson.
Pressure's rising. And 70. He's stable.
Let's page ICU and tell him he's on his way.
Sponge.
That was amazing. You were amazing.
I was terrified.
Oh, good work, Kyle. But in the future, when deciding how to plug a leaky artery, your colleague's finger should pretty much be your last choice.
Point taken.
You two wash up, you've got rounds in 5 minutes.
In the future, when deciding how to remove the pole from my ass?
I never thought I'd make it.
I always knew you would.
Okay. You know, that first night, all the girls in the bunk voted me most likely to go over the fence.
Who did you vote for?
I was the only one who got it right. See, girl, I voted for, we called her Who Girl. She hated it worse than anyone. She was the one. She couldn't even last a week.
I'm proud of you, Rihanna. I am. We have to talk about what happens next.
The Menards don't want me no more, huh?
What makes you say that?
I tried calling them some since I've been in here and telling them how I've been getting clean and stuff. I left like 10, maybe 12 messages. They never called me back.
You didn't always treat them well when you were living there.
Yeah. I wouldn't want me either. They got somebody else staying with them?
I don't know.
Should have gone with Who Girl. She called me a couple weeks ago from a bus station in Avon.
She's living there?
She's begging for money, trying to save up enough so she can buy a bus ticket. Only she don't know where she want to go. Me? I know where I want to go. I just can't get there.
DJ Diz, you have worked other events coordinated by the defendants?
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of their go-to guy. And let me just say, Chase and Lottie, they throw some of the chumpiest raves, but they're always non-toxic, you know? No booze, no adults, except for me.
What about drugs?
That's an interesting question.
Gosh, I'm sure glad I asked it then.
The rave culture does have its preponderance of Adam.
Who's Adam?
That's what the kids call ecstasy. Adam, or just plain E. Anyway, there's usually someone rolling. And are we all clear on rolling? Because there is going to be a test. When you drop ecstasy, then you're rolling. But these guys here, they're not into that aspect of the culture.
Did you know Crystal McKinney?
Not before that night. She requested a couple spins, but I don't do requests. I could tell she was rolling even before she hit the floor.
How so?
She had all the signs, you know? I haven't told these guys they might have a problem on their hands, but they said they already knew.
And what did the defendants do when Miss McKinney hit the floor?
They were right there, you know? Boom, giving her bottled water, breezing her face, getting her cooled down. They did their best to help her.
Nothing further.
What made you think Crystal had taken ecstasy? Couldn't she have just been drunk or on some other type of drug?
Like heavy drugs? No. This was a minor rave, you know? Kids. Chase and Liddy, they don't allow anyone over 16 inside. It's all alcohol-free. It's really safe.
Not so safe for Crystal McKinney.
Objection.
Hey, it's not their fault some girl drops too much E and bonks right on their floor.
My daughter didn't do drugs. She didn't drop or roll or whatever you call it. She was an honor student.
Mrs. McKinney.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, I think we'll stop for today.
Come on.
So is it true you clamped the artery with someone's hand?
It was mine.
It was only for a second until I could...
Awesome. Frontier medicine. You're my hero, man.
It's great. I'm Dr. Quinn Medicine Man.
Are you coming to the McCarty-Levant Spring Festival?
Oh, absolutely. I passed my evaluation, which means I have brain cells to spare. I'm gonna kill them at your place.
Look at that. 4 months in and you already have a reputation.
Don't you guys have something better to do?
I'm on a break.
Well, she's not. Heather, can you please call pediatrics and find out if they're ready for the Hamilton girl?
Sure thing, Dr. Redeker. See you at the party.
What are you doing to me here?
I don't know. What am I doing to you?
From now on, if you guys want to climb all over each other, don't.
Am I missing something? No one was climbing over anyone.
All I'm saying is this is a hospital, not a high school, and there are people here who actually think you're a doctor, so maybe you could act like it.
Come on, who thinks we're doctors? You coming to the party?
I don't think that's such a good idea.
It's a terrible idea. Music, dancing, fun.
Booze.
I'm just mixing the drinks.
Like I said. What time does it start?
9 o'clock sharp.
Help me out here, Lauren. Oh, man, your mom is gonna kill me.
Not gonna kill you.
That was the best time I ever had.
What did I tell you about skating with your head down?
I know.
I put this on it.
No, I didn't want it to go yet. It's kind of cool. Hello?
How do we handle this?
Why don't we turn off the lights and hope she doesn't notice?
Oh, okay. Here it is. The black eye, she got stung by something. A bee.
Well, it'd have to be a pretty big bee.
All right, whatever you do not tell her that you played tonight. We ease into that part of the story, okay? We ease into it.
No sweat.
Go.
Hi. Where are Jillian and Ned? I thought we were having dinner.
Jillian and Ned are,
Mom, I scored a goal.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
What happened to easing into it?
Oh, my God. Lauren, what happened?
She got stung.
By what?
A hockey puck.
Amy, it's only a black eye.
No, Peter, this is exactly why I didn't want to play in hockey. What the hell were you thinking?
Mom, relax your crack. It wasn't Uncle Peter. It was Grandma. She said I could play.
Well, Grandma is not allowed to make these decisions. What did you say before?
Which decisions do I get to make? Just so I know.
Don't start with me. You were in the kitchen this morning. I specifically said I didn't want Lauren playing hockey.
No, specifically you said we would discuss it later.
And did we? You knew I didn't want her to play. You ignored me.
No one ignored you, Amy. We went to the game to watch, and it turned out that 3 of the players were sick.
E. coli.
Yeah, and they would have had to forfeit unless...
I saved the day.
I made a decision, Amy. I'm sorry you're upset, but look how happy she is.
I barely even feel it.
Well, that's not the point. Mom, you know I sat on a case where a boy lost his eye in a hockey game. Lauren could have suffered permanent damage.
But she didn't.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you get more ice? Leave it on there. And Peter's gonna help you.
I've been able to reach the freezer for 3 years
Uncle
now.
Peter's gonna help you. Hey! I am Lauren's mother, not you.
Amy!
You can disagree all you want, but you are not allowed to veto my decisions. Okay?
Okay.
Crystal didn't even know what ecstasy was. She didn't use drugs.
How can you be sure? Aren't parents always the last to know?
Not in this case. We talked about everything. She never even went to one of these raves before this.
How do you know?
Because, my daughter didn't socialize much. She never even went to parties. All she did was study.
Then how did she end up at this gathering?
Objection to the term gathering. Misleading.
What term would you prefer?
According to the defense's own evidence, it was a rave.
Mrs. McKinney, if your daughter had no history with drugs or socializing, how did she come to attend this rave?
Mrs. McKinney?
It was my idea.
What do you mean?
All year, I thought that Crystal had been studying too hard. I thought she needed to enjoy herself, have some memories of something other than the library, and I told her so. Then somebody put the flyer on my windshield when I dropped her off at school. I thought it looked like a fun, safe thing. And I asked her about it. And she said she didn't know anybody who was going. Only the cool kids went to raves. Then she bought herself a new shirt. I knew knew that she wanted to go. So finally I said, what's the worst that can happen? You're having a bad time, you come home early. That's what I said.
I am sorry for your loss, Mrs. McKinney. I imagine you must feel responsible.
Of course I do.
And yet, no one's bringing any criminal charges against you.
Excuse me?
Your Honor.
What are you doing, Miss Kleinman?
My clients did not give drugs to Crystal McKinney. The state's not even contending that. If we are going to try everyone who is tangentially responsible for Crystal's presence at that party, this courtroom's going to fill up awfully fast.
You're way over the line, Miss Kleinman. Rein it in.
Those boys knew what they were doing. They had a party to sell drugs. You killed my girl!
They threw the party for the same reason you sent your daughter there. To have fun, that's all. You're not responsible for your daughter's death, Mrs. McKinney. But neither are these boys.
She's clean and sober. She was re-enrolled at school. She's changed her life, and she wants you to know.
Maxine, it's not that we're not happy for her. It's just that, you know.
She can't be part of our life.
But she was. For 6 years. How can you just write that off?
She tried to burn our house down, so that makes it a little easier.
She did no such thing.
She passed out in the kitchen with the stove on.
She was stoned. She was on drugs.
That's not an excuse.
No, of course not. She's responsible for everything that she did, but Brianna never intended to hurt you. She's worked hard to overcome her addiction. Largely because she wanted to prove something to you.
It's too late. Let her prove it to someone else.
We're not giving up on the whole foster system. We still want to help.
See, what you're asking, it's too much.
Oh, yeah? Think the right woman can make me do that, huh? Well, she had to be a right big woman. Yeah. I tell you what, I will call you later about the thing. Okay? Yeah, you too.
Bruce, you can use the phone in the chambers. You're allowed.
I know. I was just, when my cell died and I was here.
So did you get permission for this weekend?
I wasn't asking for permission.
No, I didn't. I'm not saying. So, we're good? Sunday morning at the museum? Because the thing opens at 10, but I can call and reserve a spot.
Actually, Rebecca and I don't think we can make it. We had other plans and...
Oh. Well, Lauren will be disappointed.
We'll do it some other time. Maybe next month.
You know what? I expect this kind of thing from my girlfriends. I expect them to dump me when they get new boyfriends, not from you.
I'm not dumping you, Judge Grant.
We'll see you in court.
Gee, I only let her play hockey. You're sending her to a rave?
Don't start with me.
Amy, I am sorry about earlier.
Really?
I knew that you didn't want her to play hockey, and I should not have let her do it. But...
See, I knew this wasn't a real apology. But what? But what? You think I'm being ridiculously overprotective?
A little.
Well, you know what, Mom? Lauren came home with a black eye, so you lost that argument.
Black eyes get better. She needs to learn that.
Okay. Well, by that logic, then I should teach her that broken legs heal by pushing her down the stairs.
Well, Amy, that's just silly. Where did you learn to argue?
You know what, Mom? After all Lauren has been through in the last couple months, I can't help it. Yes, I am being overprotective. I just feel I would like to see her safe.
She is safe, but you can't keep her in a box.
Why not?
You hungry? I could eat. I've got a foster girl just getting out of Madeira for selling ecstasy.
I didn't say anything about ecstasy. Where does it say ecstasy?
Well, it's Oh,
we should not be discussing this.
These are by far the best margaritas I have ever had.
Yeah? You want to know my secret?
I know your secret. You're Batman.
My other secret. I use curacao instead of triple sec. And not just any curacao, it's a Russian blend. You can only get it from Costco. My God, I bored you to death.
Oh, now I'm interested.
No, see, now I remember. This is why I hate being the only sober person at a party.
I'm still sober. If I wasn't sober, I couldn't do this.
Can somebody get that?
I'll get it. Don't go anywhere. Dr. Lily! You are dressed.
Neither are you.
It's Lily! Lily's here!
Dude, great party.
Thanks.
Those margaritas, man, was I hammered? Were you hammered?
No.
Don't lie to me, buddy. You, my friend, were hammered.
Lloyd, I'm not lying to you.
All right, chill. Just making conversation.
What's the matter?
At the party last night?
I know. Listen, I made my own choices.
What are you talking about?
You first.
Lily's making everyone drop and squat. Results are coming back this afternoon.
She's drug testing people.
She says it's random. She says she didn't know.
But it's okay. It's okay. The alcohol doesn't show up on a urine test.
Yeah? Dexedrine does.
What? Oh, God.
I gotta go.
You're still under oath, Mr. What is your real name?
Charles Simbor.
I understand Your Honor has the right to recall my witness, but if you could clarify why?
I need a little bit more information before I rule. So, Mr. Simbor, you testified that you have worked for the defendants prior to this party?
Yeah, like I said, Chase and Liddy always hook me up.
And you always print up these flyers?
Sure, I even help with the design.
Oh, well, maybe you can tell me, why does this one have red camels on it? Or this one, yellow butterflies?
I wouldn't know.
Do you know what perjury is, Mr. Simbor? It means lying on the stand. You can go to jail for that.
Your Honor, may I ask why you're threatening my witness?
I'm not threatening anyone, Miss Kleinman. I just want your witness, your expert witness, to understand how seriously this court takes his testimony. Mr. Simbor, what can you tell me about the different kinds of ecstasy tablets that are out there now?
What do you want to know?
Well, I'm reading the toxicology report, and it says that Crystal McKinney died from heart failure due to an overdose of a certain strain of MDMA known as yellow butterfly. Have you ever heard of that particular strain of ecstasy?
Yeah, that's kind of popular now.
Oh, and look at this. Yellow butterflies in the flyer. Yellow butterfly ecstasy at the party. You think that's a coincidence?
I wouldn't know.
How about some of the other strains? Red camel. You ever hear of that one?
Yeah, I guess I have.
Green shamrock. Mr. Simbor, did the defendants advertise and sell ecstasy at their parties? Don't look at them. Look at me. Mr. Simbor, if I were to find you guilty of perjury, you should know that I'm well within my rights to order a search of your house. And what do you think they'd find? Did the defendants sell ecstasy to Crystal McKinney?
I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with what?
The E. I'm just there to spin. I have nothing to do with the selling. I don't know if they sold to that girl, but they were doing business left and right that night.
Thank you, Mr. Simbor. You may step down. I think I'm ready to rule.
So we're open to a boy or a girl, right, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were thinking maybe we'd do better with someone younger.
I understand. But as you know, infants and toddlers are our easiest placements. So would you at least meet some of the older kids?
Whatever you think is best.
Good afternoon. I didn't know you were coming in today.
No, neither did we. Sean just called us this morning.
Oh, really? Is there anything I can do to help?
No, I was just about to take them to meet some potential placements.
Maxine, your 315 is here.
My 315? I have a 315.
Why don't you use the conference room? We're about done here.
Brianna. Oh, of course, that's my...
315.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
All right. I'm doing all right.
You look good.
Sean, could I speak with you for just a moment?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
What exactly is going on?
Okay, that was a total disaster, wasn't it? I'm so transparent. It's like you said, the girl deserves a second chance.
I wanted to give Eric a second chance. And a third chance, and I wanted to keep on giving him chances, but he ran away, Sean. I did not drive him away. He ran.
Well, it was fun, wasn't it?
You're gonna be all right. You will.
You are a lousy liar.
Thank you for going over your cases with the others.
The right thing to do. This doesn't mean I'm done, right? I mean, Kyle found a spot. Someone who took a chance on him.
Get yourself some help. I'll do what I can.
But not here.
There are a lot of hospitals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you later.
She's a very good doctor. Maybe she'll find her way back.
I have to ask you something.
I didn't want to lose Heather. It's going to be that much harder trying to keep this place together without her.
So you didn't say...
It had nothing to do with me, Kyle. It was a random drug test. Dr. Heimer from the 3rd floor wanted to teach his interns about tox screens. It happens.
But you knew about it, didn't you?
I heard something.
At my party, you said you wanted to talk to me about something and then you left. Was that it? Why did you leave?
Because I decided you're right. You're all consenting adults. I'm not your parent. That's not my job. That's not who I want to be. I'm sorry about Heather.
The seat taken? What are you doing here, Ma? You hate this place.
Do you think that my standards are unreasonable?
Your standards? For what? For lunch? Yeah.
No, for people.
Why?
Sean Potter thinks that I turned my back on Eric, and I know that you think that too.
Mom,
I wanted to help him.
I know you did. He lied on the stand, didn't he?
Amy.
That was his knife. Stupid.
He was afraid of going back to jail.
Never would have happened. Worst case scenario, she would have given him a suspended sentence. He would have walked.
I couldn't make him understand.
Oh, Mom. Nobody believed in that kid like you did. And if you could make him understand, he lived a hard, ugly life. And you showed him that he could still be an honorable man. And then there was nothing more you could do. And anybody who says that you turned your back on him, myself included, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Oh,
you want some inferior coffee?
Just wanted to make sure you got the memo on the maintenance tomorrow. Elevators will be shut down all day.
What is going on with you?
Excuse me?
It's like every 6 months you feel the need to totally disengage from me. What is it, a seasonal thing? Spring cleaning?
Yeah, that's it. You've got me figured out.
You know, we had an agreement after that night. Do you remember that night?
I remember.
We were going to be friends.
We are friends.
Oh, if this is the way you treat your friends, you must not have very many. Yeah, 4 years we've been doing this. How many times have we been there for each other? But now another woman comes around and you feel the need to totally shut down, shut me out.
By any chance, are you and Stu getting back together?
Maybe.
Pot, meat, kettle?
No.
Look, you've got some pretty big quirks yourself, lady. Biggest one, every time another man pops in your life, all you do is obsess about me.
Oh, we rather like ourselves, don't we?
Judge Gray. Amy. Here's the thing. I like Zola. A lot.
What does that have to do with me?
Not sure, but something. Our friendship is very important to me. I don't want to wreck that, but I need to see if this is going anywhere.
And Zola thinks you like me?
As a friend, I'm asking for your help to convince her otherwise.
I hate Zola Knox.
I hate Stu Collins.
Do what you gotta do, big man.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy makes a custody decision after a child brings drugs to show and tell. Don't miss Judging Amy.
Amy! What? Come out here and let me see it. It's my wedding. I get to see the bridesmaids' dresses. Did you leave your curds and whey in the dressing room?
I don't care what Jillian says. I'm not wearing this dress.
I'm sorry, I'm late. There's a flu going around and the waiting room was swamped. Amy, you look gorgeous. And it doesn't even need any alterations.
Jillian, honey, I am not altogether positive about the dress. It looks a little...
What?
Poofy.
Oh, you just have to imagine them lined up at the front of the church.
I am imagining that.
How many bridesmaids are there?
5.
2. 5? What? Who are the other 3?
My friends Sarah, Tamara, and Liz.
I don't know them.
Oh, you will by the wedding. They're coming to the bridesmaids' luncheon.
Bridesmaids are supposed to be friends of the bride.
All her friends are men. She's chased away all the women.
Jillian, I don't want strangers at my wedding, or people I've met once.
Well, then you're going to have to go out and make 3 new friends in size 8, 10, and 4 petite. You have 5 groomsmen. You have to have 5 bridesmaids.
Says who?
The wedding rules.
What wedding rules?
The ones everyone knows.
Jillian, I'm sorry, but Muffy and Fluffy and Bluffy are not going to be my bridesmaids, and this is not going to be the bridesmaids' dresses. No matter how many of them there are.
Maxine, you act like this wedding is about you. A wedding is not about the people getting married. A wedding it's about bigger things. It's a celebration of love and marriage and family and tradition and oh, it has to have color and pageantry and spectacle. And it has to have more than 2 bridesmaids in those dresses. I'll be in the shoe department.
She's lost her mind.
Hi, it's Judge Gray, returning your call, returning my call, returning your call. Tag, you're it.
Maybe go ballistic.
Sean.
Was there something scheduled I forgot about?
I'm sorry, Judge Gray. I needed a quiet place to interview Bruce.
Interview Bruce? For what?
Her webpage.
You have a website?
It's a blog, actually. It's kind of like a journal. Only...
Do I want to know this?
It's a way to let more people into my mind. I'm doing a series on successful single parenting.
Let's get you started.
Well, you didn't ask to interview me.
Well, of course, you're the poster mom of successful single parenting. I just thought that whole nasty custody trial thing with your ex and the thing with the babysitter, murdering the stalker, which in no way was your fault.
Okay, Donna, I get it.
Yeah, besides, you don't want me, Eric.
I get it, Donna. Coffee?
No thanks. I gave it up. Oh, right. I'll be right back.
Well, you think I'm a successful single parent, don't you?
Right now, I think you're a very busy judge.
Hey, I used to know all the words to Goodnight Moon.
Maxine Gray. You're calling about the what? What doves?
Oh, for pity's sake.
Yeah, is there any way that we could avoid the doves? 1,000 pages.
Court gave my ex-wife Brenda custody of our daughter on the condition that she had to be drug tested once a week, and you guys are supposed to be monitoring her.
What is her last name?
Barrett. Brenda Barrett.
I know her. She comes in every Friday afternoon.
The clinic is telling you she's clean?
The lab report is confidential, but if there had been a problem, someone would have notified you.
Is this a problem? The other night I went over to pick up Lizzie, and Brenda was passed out on the couch. I couldn't even wake her up to tell her that I was taking Lizzie.
You sure she wasn't drinking?
What? It's okay if she's passed out from drinking?
No, it's just that would not have shown up on her lab test.
I used to be a cop. I've seen every drug addict in the book. You line up a dozen, I could tell you what everybody was on. She wasn't drunk. She's a crackhead. And if you people were doing your damn job, then you know that.
I'll see what I can find out.
Yeah, if it's not too much trouble.
In the matter of 7-year-old Corey Sinkler, DCF removed Corey from his home with an OTC, has filed an abuse and neglect petition. DCF is present. All parties present. Miss Bonham?
Your Honor, DCF removed Corey Sinkler from his home after his teacher observed him to be high at school. Upon questioning, he admitted to having stolen a marijuana cigarette from his parents. He also shared the marijuana with a friend who happens to suffer from an immune deficiency disorder and had a reaction that landed him in the hospital. Civil charges have been filed by that boy's parents, and the state is seeking to sever custody.
Mr. Hearn.
That is all accurate, Your Honor. However, my clients have a different take on the situation, and they would like to be heard.
His clients are hemp activists, Your Honor.
Objection.
Mr. Sinkler?
My wife and I are activists for the legalization of cannabis. It's not the same thing.
So you don't deny that your son stole pot from you, took it to school, and got high with a friend?
I don't deny that you see it that way.
Your Honor, my clients have a complex view of the situation, and they would like, in fact, they would welcome the chance to be heard on this matter.
Then I will hear them. When will I hear them, Mr. Van Exel?
Tomorrow at 10:15.
Tomorrow at 10:15.
She says it's not a pig, it's a duck. He says, I was talking to the duck.
Watch it.
You know, it's a good thing I'm not on maternity. My delivery must suck. You should have seen the first show. I killed.
Take the new Advent in the ER.
What's he showing?
Fever, chills, severe abdominal pain. I'm guessing fecal impaction.
Something stuck up his end.
So Laura comes out of the bathroom with like 15 coats of lipstick on. Like, I'm not gonna notice. What are you doing?
Oh, making a compilation of useless facts for my blog. You know, little known useless facts. Like when ants are intoxicated, they always fall over on their right side.
These are scientists with way too much time on their hands.
I had 76 hits yesterday.
Only 76 people are gonna read this?
She doesn't get it.
I know.
You don't think it's silly to go to all this trouble to tell 76 people what happens to drunk ants?
You're missing the point. Blogs are democracy in action. It's the first time we've ever really had a free press.
Amy.
Hi.
Hi.
We were just leaving.
Oh, yeah, hi, Steve.
Bruce. Donna. Hey, Donna, I love the blog. I didn't mean to run them off. Well, I did. I just didn't mean for it to be so obvious. Look, we agreed that when the trial was over.
Yes.
So I'd like to take you to dinner. Someplace classy, romantic, with a martini menu and a snobby maitre d'.
Yes.
How's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night's fine.
Great. Can we say out loud that this dinner is the official rekindling of whatever was going on before I lost my mind and went to Sri Lanka?
Consider it officially said out loud.
Excellent. Enjoy your lunch.
Maxine, I'm peeing in a cup every time I turn around. I mean, what more can I do?
You've done everything the court asked and more, Brenda. I know that. But an allegation has been made, and I have to check it out.
An allegation? Oh, gee, I wonder who made it. Probably wasn't my boss, where I show up every day on time and do the work of 3 people. It probably wasn't anyone from my NA meetings. Could have been my vindictive ex-husband by any chance?
Obviously, it's your word against his.
Why isn't it his word against my lab tests?
He insists that he came by to pick up his daughter the other night, and you were passed out on the sofa.
Oh, Maxine, look, Jack has been trying to take Lizzie away from me ever since we split up. First, he tried bargaining. When that didn't work, he tried intimidation. He's tried threats, he's tried bribery, and now he's trying this.
I'm surprised to hear all that. He told me he used to be a police officer.
Yeah, and did he tell you got kicked off? He got caught planting evidence on a suspect. That's who he is, Maxine. Anything to get what he wants. Even if it's a flat-out lie. I gotta go.
Lauren, come on. Come on. What are you doing? We have to go.
I told Taylor I'd bring some Pirates booty.
Well, explain to Taylor that you didn't have time.
Mother, I promise.
Well, explain to Taylor that you're untrustworthy. We have to go.
Has anyone seen my fake sugar in the annoying little pink bags?
Oh, don't look now, Mom. Guess who's coming?
Winnie the Pooh.
Jillian the wedding fairy.
Oh, dear God. Can't I have 3 sips of decaf first?
Lauren, let's go before I'm covered in tulle again. Oh, hi.
Hi. What's tulle?
Oh, we gotta go.
Maxine, you're never gonna believe it. I got St. Bart's.
Well, I hope it's not contagious.
St. Bartholomew's on Lake. It's practically a cathedral. They were booked solid for 2 years. And then suddenly today I get a call that a couple backed out and our date is open. Can you believe it?
Well, it sounds lovely, dear.
It was more than lovely. Don't you see? It's like a miracle.
Jillian, perhaps it's someone else's miracle. I don't want to get married in a huge church. I've only invited 20 people.
Actually, you've invited 1,500.
What?
Charles gave me Jared's Christmas card list.
Oh, Jillian.
Well, Maxine, you can't have some dinky wedding in a tiny little church. The press is going to be there. A guy from Newsweek is coming. Oh. Whoa! You see, even my little peanut was impressed with that.
Jillian, I think that we should sit down and have a talk about this wedding.
That's a great idea. We still have a zillion things to go over. But right now, I have to go to the church and talk to the wedding coordinator. You just relax, Maxine. Everything is falling into place. There are miracles all around us.
We were disappointed in Corey, of course, when we got the call from his teacher.
Disappointed. That's all?
It's not like Corey to sneak around and steal from us.
And then there's the small matter of the law.
We object to the law.
And therefore you feel entitled to break it.
People get caught speeding. No one tries to take their kids away. And the kids are in a lot more danger in a speeding car than they'll ever be from a couple of tokes.
So it doesn't bother you to know that your 7-year-old son smoked pot at school?
Like I said, we were disappointed. We were planning on introducing him to it when he was older. And not casually, something ceremonial. Like maybe when he was 13.
Like a pot mitzvah?
That's good.
Excuse me. The child who went to the hospital wouldn't find that very funny. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Sinkler, you and your wife have spent a lot of time studying, educating yourselves on the subject of cannabis?
Enough to know that it's less toxic to the body than alcohol. Enough to know that the government spends $19 billion every year to keep drugs off the street, doesn't have any luck, and then whines about not having enough money to educate the children.
Had you shared any of this information with Corey?
No, he's a little boy. Like I said, we were waiting until he was older.
So, basically, he snuck around, took the marijuana without your knowledge, and all you're really guilty of is not finding a good enough hiding place.
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Gee, I don't know. The law?
Miss Bonham, we all know the law. Let Mr. Hearn make his point.
May I make a point? Everybody's up in the air because our kid got his hands on drugs. Well, whose kids aren't on drugs these days? They're on antidepressants and stimulants and this roll and that azine. They're taking all this crap that somebody made in a chemistry set, and nobody knows what this is going to do to them down the line. And what about adults? Every time you turn on the TV, there's direct marketing for every drug known to man. Grow your hair back, enlarge your penis, calm your nerves, get rid of your arthritis, give me a break. Then you try to take our kid away because he was on drugs. Well, who the hell isn't on drugs?
Kyle, I need you.
That's what all the beautiful blonde women say.
Patient in 115 is projectile vomiting.
And I'm the only one who can deal with that? Me, the guy who spent yesterday morning with a fecal impaction?
You're right. I'll ask Heather to do it. Oops, I can't do that. She doesn't work here anymore.
And that's my fault?
Kyle, I'm not your sponsor, I'm your boss. Go to work.
There are a lot of ways to cheat on a drug test, but none of them happen here. We take every precaution.
What are some of the ways? For when I have to check in another clinic?
They get urine from someone else and sneak it in. I had one woman sneak it in a soda can.
Do you recognize the name Brenda Barrett?
Brenda, yeah, she's here Thursdays, 3:30 sharp. You can set your watch by her.
Have you ever noticed her doing anything contrary to your procedures?
Brenda, no way. She's our favorite patient. She's polite, she's friendly, always asks about our kids. She just brightens up our day. Let's face it, we don't get a lot of success stories.
Well, thank you for your help.
I don't know how I help, but I sure don't have anything bad to say about Brenda. We love her and Lizzie, we really do.
Does Brenda bring Lizzie here?
Every week. And she's as cute and as polite as can be.
Well, that's good to know. Thank you.
Corey, had your parents ever talked to you about marijuana?
No, but I listened and they were talking to other people.
And that's where you learned about it?
Yes,
What did you learn?
it was good for people who had cancer. It made regular people happy and more creative.
Can you tell me a little bit of what life is like in your house? Just a typical day.
My mom wakes me up and makes breakfast and takes me to school. After school, I have soccer practice and my parents come to that. Then we get stuff for dinner. And after dinner, I do my homework and my dad checks it. If there's time, we play chess. He's teaching me.
Are your parents ever unable to take care of you?
One time, my mom had the flu and she threw up 7 times.
But on a daily basis, do you ever feel like they're not there when you need them? What's wrong?
I didn't know it would make Jeremy have to go to the hospital. My mom always says it can't hurt you. And Jeremy's always sick, so I figured it was good for people who had cancer.
Honey, Jeremy's fine. He's home now.
I didn't know it hurt him.
Honey, Your Honor.
You may step down, Corey.
Wow. I know you don't have to work hard to look like this, so I don't feel too bad.
About what? Oh, I've seen this on TV. Means I get to come back next week.
I want to take you to my favorite restaurant, and I want this specific table and this bottle of wine that they have to order and this particular waiter. Now, it turns out he went back to Italy, but we can get everything else. Just not until tomorrow night. So I changed the reservation. I hope you'll forgive me.
Oh, we're not going out at all tonight?
No. This is the official rekindling. It has to be perfect. You deserve nothing short of perfect.
Okay. Hey.
Bruce? Still?
I promise you an evening worth waiting for.
I see you didn't get voted off the island.
Shut up. Wait. What did you want?
Just to say goodnight.
Lizzie, do you know why your mother has to go to the clinic?
Well, she used to be sick, and they have to check to see how she's doing.
And how do they check?
She has to go to the bathroom in a cup.
Do you always go to the clinic with her? How is your mother doing at home? Is she okay at home?
But she does have to rest a lot,
Because of her sickness.
I guess.
Well, I guess that's all the questions I had. Except, is there anything else that you want to tell me about going to the clinic?
Like what?
Oh, well, this is going to sound like a silly question, but does your mommy take her purse when she goes to the bathroom?
No, they won't let her do that. She leaves it in a chair, and I serve it after I get back.
After you get back from what?
Can I go now?
Lizzie, you know I'm very good at keeping secrets. If there's anything you want to talk about.
You're her friend.
Actually, that's not true. I work with your mother. But, my job is to be your friend.
We play a trick on the nurses.
What kind of trick?
Well, I go to the bathroom first, and then she goes in and uses my pee-pee instead of hers. That way they'll think she's well, and they won't take me away from her. You won't tell, will you?
No, honey, I won't tell.
Oh, they have a Chateaubriand for two, carved table side. I don't know, you might be interested. It would go quite nicely with our wine. A lovely 1976 Chateau Le Pauillac, a wine that tastes almost as delicious as you smell.
Yes,
You
200K
look
with
so
perks. I thought I'd let them
beautiful.
sweat over the weekend.
You're radiant.
We need a quick answer.
You're absolutely radiant.
I'm sorry, excuse me. On the back end of a jackass.
Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Throw in severe if you want the quick answer.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Could you have your friend just keep it down?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Well, we're trying to, but his business is drowning out our business.
We're just having a good time.
We're trying to do that too.
So move if you don't like
What else
it.
is he
It's
gonna
okay.
do?
It's okay. It's okay.
I an American? They can't.
No sweat. Sooner or later, their food will come, and he'll have to shut up.
Oh, I know, but people in public on cell phones should not be.
Should not be what?
You know what? I actually wasn't talking to you. And how can you even hear us over blabbermouth?
Give me a break.
Oh, you know what? First Amendment. Ever heard of it?
Don't worry about him. He's a bag of wind. He'll cave in like your mama's pound cake.
Mama's
You
pound
watch.
cake.
I asked them to move to another table, but I don't see an empty one.
Exactly. Look, but
Look at
if
her.
you
Look
hear
at us.
anything,
Hey, you know what? Excuse me. You know, this is actually the no smoking section.
Yeah, well, we know the
if you hear
owner.
anything,
Well, that doesn't mean you can break the law.
okay. Is there some problem?
Your date doesn't seem to understand that this is the no smoking section.
Oh, so arrest us, huh? What do you want?
Please, cheers to you. Let's
What did I do?
not let this ruin our evening. All right?
Buonasera, Mr. Collins. Senora, may I tell you about our specials?
Well, I hope you have a special on dry cleaning because our clothes are going to reek by the time we leave here.
Could you just bring us like a sampler of appetizers?
You know what? Actually, I'm serious. Could you ask them to put their cigarettes out?
I have already spoken to them about it. Apparently, they're friends of the owner.
Well, can I talk to him?
He's not here. I will bring you 2 perfect martinis on the house.
You know, I don't want a perfect martini. I would like to breathe.
Hey, psst. Buddy. Yeah, you. What's your problem?
My problem?
Why can't you keep Sister Curly Hair under control?
Okay, you know what? Actually, that is incredibly rude.
Mr. Collins, I can seat you at the bar.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
So just come right this way. Please, thank you. Right this way.
I don't know why they can't do it.
So
You know,
sorry.
I'm not sure why this would happen.
Mom. Hi. What are you doing here?
Well, I called your house and Jillian said you were here.
Yeah, trying to get caught up. Is anything wrong?
No, we just haven't talked in a while. I had to put some gas in my car, so I thought while I was out, I would drop by, say hello.
Mom,
Yes?
you've got that stiff smile you get when you're lying.
All right. Since you've asked, Jillian is driving me nuts.
She is?
She won't listen to anything I tell her. She doesn't care what kind of wedding I want. She's planning something that would make Charles and Diana's wedding look subtle, and I cannot get her to hear me. Would you please talk to her?
Me?
Well, she might listen to you. You're her husband, and you're an objective bystander, and if all else fails, you can yell at her.
I'll see what I can do, but she's a little crazy right now.
Yes, I noticed that.
So I'm not exactly sure how far I can get with this.
Well, figure it out, Peter. Consider it a wedding present to me.
Okay.
Is everything all right? Peter?
Everything's fine. Terrific. Couldn't be better.
You inherited that same stiff smile. What? What?
There's a chance, apparently a very strong chance that, there's something wrong with the baby.
What kind of wrong?
Chromosomal discrepancy, a lot of medical babble that means something is probably, very wrong.
But Jillian...
Oh, Jillian's refusing to deal with it. She just keeps saying everything is fine, but I don't know what's gonna happen to her when everything isn't fine.
Oh, Peter.
I am so sorry I lost my temper before after you tried to make everything so perfect.
Thank you. It was still perfect.
No.
Amy, it was perfect. I was with you. Yeah.
Hey! Come on over here, we settle this, huh?
Settle what?
See, I told you he was a wimp.
Come on! You started it, now get over here. We finish it.
You want me to fight?
Just go back to whatever rock you crawled out from under.
What's the matter, huh? You're not man enough to defend your loudmouth girlfriend?
Are you kidding me? Nobody does this anymore, especially not in $800 suits.
Yeah, don't even talk to him. He's an imbecile.
Hey, wait.
Imbecile.
Is that Isabel Fiore?
What?
You're back. I just love her stuff. You ever seen the little hula girl on it?
Answer me this. Who's the imbecile now, huh?
So what hospital did they send the other guy to?
I would have punched him, but it would have required standing up. Ouch! Oh,
I thought you said that was numbed.
This is. He's faking. It's a shameless plea for sympathy.
Dr. McCarty.
Dr. Redeker, meet my cousin Amy and her friend, Stu, who gave up his chin to defend her honor.
You're using the Vicryl.
Is there a reason that I shouldn't?
It's your patient. Nice to meet you.
Is your boss always so warm and personable?
No, she's just trying to impress you. Okay, sit very still. I'm gonna get some tape.
So what about next weekend?
What about it?
We could try again.
Kyle has just finished stitching you up from this date. Want to talk about the next one?
You know, nothing on earth could ruin time spent with you. Out.
Well, Miss Bonham, you and DCF both know that I'm not going to take a child away from his parents because he found a joint in their closet and took it to school.
Your Honor, a young man.
A boy with immune deficiency problems got dizzy. That's not a bad reaction. That's what happens when you smoke pot. And he didn't land in the hospital. The school nurse sent him to the ER as a precaution. Did you think I wouldn't read the doctor's report? Now, Mr. Sinkler, your argument is surprisingly logical. However, it is not the job of the juvenile court to ponder the pros and cons of legalizing marijuana. It is my job to determine the best interests of the child. So here's the deal. Stop smoking pot. You got a kid, you're not in college anymore, move on. If you want to be activists, be activists. But you cannot break the laws that you don't like and teach your child that it's okay to do that. So I'm willing to continue this matter without adjudication on the condition that Mr. and Mrs. Sinkler submit to random drug tests weekly for 6 months. If all those tests come back negative, then I will dismiss the petition without finding neglect. I'm also recommending family counseling. Corey is too young to have fully grasped what has happened, and I don't want to have him scarred for life, thinking he almost killed his best friend. Okay? So that's it. Everybody go home and grow up.
What's with you?
What do you mean?
You've been on my back all week. You give me the grossest jobs you can think of. You criticize everything I do. You made that comment about Heather.
Okay. Maybe I'm a little cranky. Maybe I couldn't afford to lose an intern right now just because you decided to throw a juvenile animal farm party.
Animal House. You're trying to say Animal House. Animal Farm is a book about socialist livestock. That would be a very different party.
You know what I meant.
And you know that it's not my fault that you lost Heather. I didn't even know she was on anything, and me throwing a party is not what inspired her.
Most of us don't think getting high is inspired.
Are you trying to say something to me? Are you accusing me of something?
No. But that sounds like the question of a man with a guilty conscience now that you mention it.
Oh, my conscience is just fine, thank you. So what else is there? I mean, the only other thing I can come up with is that you're jealous.
Of what?
My relationship with Heather.
That's a tad vain, don't you think?
Oh, it's incredibly vain. Unless it's true, then it's perceptive.
I have things to do.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, Lizzie. It's us.
Hi, Brenda and Lizzie. It's me.
Maxine, what are you doing here?
Well, Lizzie was telling me that she gets kind of bored here in the waiting room, so I thought I'd come and take her for a hot chocolate down the street.
Oh, that is so nice, but you don't have to do that.
I want a hot chocolate.
Oh, it's just too close to dinner, sweetie.
Well, how about a balloon, then? I saw some at the pharmacy.
I just want her to stay here. Okay?
Well, fine. All right. We'll sit over there and read a book.
Oh, okay. Oh, but you were just saying you had to use the bathroom, remember?
Then I will take her to the one down the hall, because I know that you'll be busy in this one here.
Right. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I don't feel well. I think I'm going to come back tomorrow.
Fine, I will too. You may as well go ahead. Brenda, because I'm on to you.
Lizzie.
Lizzie will be fine. You go ahead.
You know, this is not right.
No, it isn't.
You're going to make her get in trouble.
I know it seems that way, sweetheart. It seems that way, but really, I'm helping her to get well.
You're going to take me away.
Only until your mother is better.
Mommy! Mommy! You said you wouldn't tell. You lied. You lied so you could take me away. Mommy! Mommy!
So, how was your date?
It was fine. Have you talked to Rebecca about drugs?
She has, changing the subject. Yes, I have.
Because I haven't.
I don't want you to talk to Rebecca about drugs.
I mean, I haven't talked to Lauren at all. I thought I still had some time.
These days, nobody has time. So, about your date with Stu Collins?
I thought we weren't going to discuss our personal lives.
I thought you hated that rule.
Okay. Well, he took me to a lovely romantic restaurant. We had a nice time. And then we dropped by St. Mike's so Kyle could give him 11 stitches. You don't want to hear about it.
Oh, I think I did.
Maxine, hi. What are you doing here?
I knew you had this appointment for the fitting. And I just wanted to bring you these.
Oh, they're gorgeous. What are they for?
Well, partly they're because of all the hard work you've done for my wedding. And I'm afraid I haven't been very appreciative. But I suppose it's because I'm a little nervous about the whole ordeal. And then, thinking about that, I realized that I think you're a wonderful daughter-in-law. And I truly love you. And I don't think I've ever told you that before.
Oh, Maxine, that's so sweet. I love you too.
Hey, Noodle. What are you doing?
Reading stuff. Did you know that ants always fall on the right side when they're drunk?
Yes, I actually did know that.
Donna has a whole page about you.
She does. Judge Gray's likes and dislikes, quotes from Judge Gray, Judge Gray's favorite shampoo.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, well, enjoy that, Lauren, because tomorrow Donna has to take it down.
Rest well, you weary cynics. Judge Gray is proof through the night that the system still works. What does that mean?
Well, it's a compliment. Hey, Lauren. I actually need to have a talk with you. A serious talk.
About what?
About drugs.
What about him?
They're bad.
I know.
Well, and you're getting older now, and your friends are getting older too. And someday someone might, well, you don't even know exactly when it's going to happen. For all I know, somebody's already
Mom.
tried to.
Only losers do drugs. Besides, we took the drug-free pledge at school. Plus, we had to get up in front of the whole class and tell why we'd never use drugs.
What did you say?
Said because they fry your brain, and my mother would kill me.
You nailed it. Okay. Well, put your computer away and get ready for bed.
Miss Wexler says a lot of people our parents' age did drugs.
Yeah, well, she's got a good point. Put your pajamas on. I'll come back up and say goodnight.
Did you ever do drugs? Did you?
I just told my daughter a big whopping lie. Told her I'd never done drugs. Okay, Ma, now it's your turn. For what? To say, oh my God, Amy, what were you thinking? Or to say, honey, I work with children whose mothers burn them with cigarettes and lock them in dark closets for days.
You did the right thing.
We gotta do better than that.
Well, you can't tell Lauren that you did drugs at the same time you're asking her not to. You can't give her permission to kill herself just because you were an idiot.
Well, everybody my age was an idiot. It wasn't just me.
That's not the point. There are some things we have to lie about when children are too young to understand. Later on, you explain the whole thing to her, apologize for lying, and buy her a car.
Buy her a car?
Well, all right, luggage. You know what I'm saying.
Mom, I feel really horrible about this. I don't think I've ever told her a conscious lie before. Not about anything big.
It's not big, Amy.
It's big enough for me to have the big drug conversation with her. They do public service announcements about it. It's got to be big.
When you find a joint in her room, then it will be big.
You're not taking this seriously.
Amy, stop this namby-pamby, ridiculous whining. There are people in the world with real problems. There may be something wrong with Peter and Jillian's baby.
Something big? Oh my God.
If I could fly away, if I could fly away.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, a teenager suicide reveals a deadly crime. All the drama of Law and Order is next on TNT.
Please. No. Please, please.
No, Stuart. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like it. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, and let's be honest, it's only fun when you're young.
Maybe you haven't done it with the right person.
And you think you're the right person?
I believe I am.
I can't believe I have to confront the situation again in my life.
Amy, it's camping, not surgery.
Well, at least with surgery, I'd have a nice warm bed. It's winter.
It's early spring with a warm front coming. Look, did this date go well?
Yes. No blood.
Do we like each other?
Yes. But here's the thing. I think that, this might be the date.
The date. Oh, the date. Yes.
And is that the way we want the date to happen?
Under the stars with the wind in the trees and the night birds singing?
No, I mean lying on the cold ground with rocks and twigs sticking into our butts.
I have sleeping bags. I have blankets. It's going to be beautiful and so romantic.
You know what? That's the weekend I have with Lauren. I can't miss my time with her.
I'm not talking about the weekend. I'm talking about day after tomorrow.
What, weekday?
You play hooky, I play hooky.
I can't do that.
Amy, you've proven yourself to be a responsible, high achiever, model citizen. Now, you need to prove that you know the meaning of spontaneity, that you still have some inner naughtiness.
Oh, I have a lot of inner naughtiness.
I can make a nice mint blush when it counts.
It's good to know.
Amy, it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't you have to work tomorrow?
Mom!
Oh, well, stir the fire and put up the screen before you turn in.
The defense rests.
Of making this leap, admitting that you're dating again.
Well, I'm admitting that I'm afraid of camping with the bad food and snakes and crawly things.
And maybe you have little complicated feelings for this man?
You'll be okay with Lauren?
I will be okay with Lauren. I will be okay with everything because very soon I am getting married to the man I love. I love
And I'll be sleeping in dirt.
You could shift the neglect to here and move the custody to there. Yeah, if you want to. Or not. Yeah, whatever.
Hello.
Morning, Judge Gray. Bruce and I were just noodling over your docket. Or Bruce was noodling. I was co-noodling.
You're pretty heavy on neglect. I'm trying to space it out over a couple days.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I'm taking some time off.
How much time?
A couple days, starting tomorrow. Bad idea?
I'll kick the neglect cases over to Judge Vine and postpone everything else.
Oh. Well, that was easy.
So, where are you going?
Donna.
I'll go do something else.
So, where are you going? I'm your CSO, I have to know.
I'll have my cell phone on.
Okay, then. We're on the 15.
Maxine.
Good morning. Sean, do you think short hair would make me look kicky?
Kinky?
Kicky.
Do you want to look kicky?
I wouldn't mind.
I don't really want to answer hair questions right now. We have a problem.
No, you might have a problem, but nothing on earth can spoil my mood today.
Good, because Ella Pierce is here.
No, I just found a wonderful placement for Ella Pierce.
She's not happy.
Then I shall do my best to convince her that she is. Ella?
Don't even start with me, Maxine, because I am not going back to that place. Those people are crazy.
As crazy as the Whartons and the Fitzgeralds and the Mercers?
Way crazier.
Ella, there's nothing wrong with the Hollanders. We've never had a complaint.
They're working me to death. Washing clothes, unclogging toilets, cleaning up cat vomit.
They're called chores.
Plus, they have this stupid thing called family hour where I am forced to sit and play board games with them and the other slaves they call foster kids.
This is your 4th placement in a year. There's been something wrong with every home you were in. Now, what is the common denominator here?
You don't care about me.
That's right. That's why I've moved heaven and earth to get you into the right home, because of how much I don't care. You've been in this situation for 9 days, Ella. Give it a chance. Not to mention the fact that you have only 6 months before you age out of the system, and then you'll be free to do as you please. In addition to which, if you run away one more time, the judge is going to send you to lockup. Now, doesn't that put cat vomit into perspective?
Well, can you at least get me out of family hour?
I will speak to Edith and Jack, and perhaps we can come to a compromise. Now pick up your things, and I will take you to school so that you don't have to appear in court on truancy charges, but only because of how much I don't care. Tell me something, Ella. How do you think I'd look with short hair? Why aren't you dressed?
I'm not going.
Not going?
Yeah, Ma, I can't take a couple days off from work. It's too irresponsible. And when I told Bruce and Donna, well, you should have seen how they looked at me.
Well, I'm sure that's what you're going to be thinking about on your deathbed, how people looked at you.
Whose side are you on?
I'm on yours.
You don't even like Stu.
I don't know Stu, apart from the fact that he's a very good lawyer and he likes to swim in the nude. which is more than I know about most people, come to think of it.
You know what? You're just all happy because you're getting married. Now you think everybody should do wonderful and exciting things. Well, I'm not falling for it. No, Mom. I will never ask you another favor as long as I live. How do you take it?
Fine. I told him that you needed a few minutes to get ready. Amy, you owe it to Lauren and everyone who cares about you to make yourself happy.
I do?
Besides, Stu Collins is a decent catch, and who knows how long your looks are going to last. Go. Pack. Good morning, Sean. Oh, you're looking awfully grim. Have you been going over the budget again?
Maxine, you need to brace yourself.
Not Ella Pierce. Tell me she didn't run away.
No.
Charles. Well, what an interesting surprise.
Hi, Flynn, from New York. I got a call from China this morning. I knew it would be on the news. I didn't want you to hear it that way.
Hear what?
It's Dad, Maxine. He didn't show up for work. Someone went to check on him, and they think it was a heart attack.
No. That can't be right. But he's all right. He's all right. Don't do that! Oh, Charlie. Oh,
Wow. I know you said camping, but this is really camping. You're certainly not going to get into any fistfights around here.
You're gonna love it.
I already do. I mean, look at me, loving it. All this fresh air and space. It's beautiful. It's brisk.
What's this?
Well, that's just the file, so I don't get behind. I'm gonna review them. I'm not even gonna review them. I'm gonna glimpse.
You're not gonna get any service out here.
I'm not? Okay. Cut off from civilization. There's absolutely no electricity?
And no place to bathe.
Wow. Okay. Cut off from civilization and dirty. Well, what did you bring?
Sleeping bags, food, matches, flashlight, harmonica.
You don't have a space heater in there by any chance?
Next best thing. Single malt happy juice. Yes.
Maybe we can crack that open right now.
No way. We have a lot to do. We have to put up the tent, gather firewood, make out a little.
I have no circulation in my lips.
I will take care of this.
Okay, all right, just tell me one more time. Why is this better than, say, a 4-star hotel?
Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Listen closer. The leaves whispering. The grass is swaying, the birds chattering.
Yeah, that's nice. Am I gonna have to squat behind a tree and stuff?
Okay, let's just go home.
No. I don't need to go home. I just need time to adjust. See, look at me. I'm adjusting already. Woo!
Someone should call Amy.
No, she's on vacation. Let her have this time.
I think she'd want to know.
No, Sean. She'll know soon enough, and let her enjoy herself a little bit.
Here's some fresh tea, Maxine.
Had enough tea, I'll float away. How's Lauren?
She's doing her homework. She seems all right. Shouldn't we call Amy?
We should think about dinner.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
He kept complaining about a backache. They say it starts that way sometimes. I should have told him to go to the doctor, but I was too busy preoccupied with all his stupid wedding plans.
Maxine, I'm just so sorry.
Well, we've run into a problem.
We'll handle it.
What problem?
We'll handle it, Mom.
We can't get his body out of China. It's a bureaucratic nightmare.
She doesn't need to know about this.
Don't talk about me as if I'm not here. Why can't we get his... Why can't we get him out of there?
It's a communist state. Everything has to go through legions of paperwork.
Well, they can't just keep him over there.
I put in some calls to high places, but this still could take some time.
How long?
We'll handle it.
Weeks. Months.
I, tried calling Amy on her cell phone, but I can't get through.
Leave Amy alone.
Mom, you don't have to do the brave thing.
I'm not being brave.
Maxine?
What?
Delivery from Jared Duff.
What?
I got flowers here for the Duff Gray wedding. What do you want them?
I told him not to do that. Jillian, I'm sorry I should have told you. We were planning to get married this weekend. We were just going to sneak and do it.
It doesn't matter. Just take them away.
Take them away. I got 6 arrangements in the truck.
Just take them away. Get them out of here.
Here's the situation. The groom is dead. There's not going to be a wedding, so just take the flowers away.
No, I'll leave them, please. It would be nice to have the flowers. Just please leave them.
That smells delicious. I don't even really know what it is.
Well, this evening's al fresco feast consists of applewood smoked sausage. We got potatoes and corn in the foil.
It's impressive.
As impressive as my musicianship.
No, that was great too. I don't think I've ever heard Purple Haze played on a harmonica before.
You having a good time?
I like you a lot.
But you hate camping.
I like you a whole lot.
I like you a whole lot. You know, the potato steak an incredibly long time to cook.
Really?
Are you nervous?
No.
Me too. Amy, if you'd rather wait.
Until we have a bet?
I was going to say until after dinner. Hi.
Mommy, wake up.
Amy, you're back.
It's all okay.
What are you talking about?
He's here.
Who? Jared?
She doesn't want to see anybody. You cannot go in there.
Watch me.
I mean it. You really have to leave.
You didn't talk to them, did you? You said you would, but you didn't.
What's happened?
They're not letting me go to a party this weekend. They're keeping me home to do yard work. And now they've started something called video night.
Ella, I cannot speak with you right now.
I told her that, Maxine, but she just barged right in.
I cannot cut it there. You get me out of that place.
Not now, Ella.
You said you care. Well, prove it.
You have to leave.
Not until you get on that phone and find me another placement.
If I pick up that phone, it will be to call the police and tell them to arrest you for trespassing. And then I will call a judge and request that you be removed directly to a group home. And then I will write a report stating that you are incorrigible and that the system should disregard you the same way you disregard other people. You ungrateful, horrible girl. Get out of my sight. Get out of my sight. Do not follow me.
Oh my God. Did you go into town for a latte?
I did.
You are a wonderful man. See? You do have a taste for the good life. What's wrong?
Picked up a paper.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We have to go.
I know.
It's been quiet for a couple of hours, but she was up all night. We heard her moving around.
She wouldn't let anybody talk to her, wouldn't eat anything.
She wouldn't even let me say goodnight, except through the door.
Gotta give Grandma a little space, sweetheart.
I wrote her a poem about Jared. It's a haiku.
Maybe we can save that for later.
Meanwhile, Peter and Charles are trying to plan something, but it's impossible. not knowing when we can get him out.
I could make some calls. I play poker with a U.S. attorney.
Charles has friends in the White House. It doesn't seem to matter.
Hello, everyone. I see someone couldn't resist calling Amy. Hello, Stuart. I told them not to bother you.
I am so sorry.
Yes, me too. I was camping. Amy never was the outdoorsy type. Did she, hold up all right?
It was fine. Mrs. Gray, my condolences.
Yes, thank you. Did we get the paper today? No hiding the obituary from me.
Let me make you some breakfast, Maxine.
No, I'm not hungry.
How about some tea?
I'm not thirsty.
Mom, you have to have something.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to work. I can't function with everybody fussing over me. It doesn't help. And since I can't really go to work, I would like to be comfortable in my own home. Why aren't you at work, Kyle?
I took the day off.
Was that a good idea?
Well, they understood even interns get to have a death in the family. I'm sorry.
I think I'll go see what the boys are doing.
Driving center is very nice.
Hey, it's not your father stuck in some freezer in Beijing.
Any progress?
We think so, don't we, Charles?
Who knows? While you're here, Maxine, can we address a couple of things? I'm sure that Maxine doesn't want to be left out of the plans, Peter. We might as well go ahead and pick out the casket.
Charles?
Do you have any strong opinions? Do you want to go with me?
No, I can't say I do.
Hey, Mom, why don't you go to the kitchen and have some tea?
I don't want any tea.
Charles and I have a lot of business to do.
Peter, I think Maxine is mature enough to hear some of this. Peter's been helping me go through the numbers in his will. It's very complicated, and I'm sure you realize since you weren't married, he hadn't really made any provisions for you. Except for that diner he left you in an impromptu document. I don't know how legally binding that is, but I'm not going to fight you on it. However, I want you to know that I intend to do the right thing by you. I feel we can arrive at some sort of settlement.
Charles, shut up.
I know she's upset. I'm upset, but we have to address these things.
I don't want any money, Charles.
Now, don't be a martyr. I said we could come to an agreement, and we will. My father was fond of you, and I respect that.
If you don't shut up, I'm going to slug you.
Peter.
Slug me? Don't be ridiculous. I don't want to insult anybody, but this is the way I am. Okay, plain spoken, like my father.
You're nothing like your father. He listened to people. He knew what was important. He made sacrifices. Why do you think he was even in China to begin with, Charles? He was picking up the mess that you left over there. He was worried sick. He felt guilty. He was stressed out, cleaning up the debris of your life, and you didn't even apologize, let alone offer to help. You bailed on him, Charles. You're the reason that he's stuck in a freezer because you are the one who...
Go ahead. Say it.
Mom?
Let her go.
Mom?
Nice try.
Oh, that was out.
Ready? I'm serving.
Hey, Maxine, get in the game.
No, thank you. I want to borrow Ella for a little while.
Is she in trouble?
No, she's not.
I have nothing to say to her.
I know that, Ella, but I have a lot to say to you. Beginning with I'm sorry. And I'd like you to take a ride with me.
Do I have to?
Yes, I believe you do.
Yes, I'm still holding.
Now, hand me that eggplant.
Oh, you're so nice to help out, Donna.
Oh, somebody dies, I have to cook. It's the Italian in me. I'm not Italian. When somebody dies, I start making things up. I hate death. I'm so afraid I'm gonna say the wrong thing. Have I said the wrong thing?
We're doing fine.
I've chopped the onions when anyone wants them.
Thanks, Stu. Ella, you want to help?
I don't even know why I'm here.
Neither do we, but you might as well help.
I'm supposed to sit here and stay quiet.
Oh, she always says that. Here.
Still holding. For the ambassador. No, the American ambassador. Oh, great. Never mind. All that time I was on hold for the Norwegian ambassador. That's a power position. I am gonna have to go over there. We're never gonna get that body out of China.
Would you please stop talking that way?
What way?
Like you're discussing a sports car. This is the man my mother loved.
Hey, Peter, this just in. I've lost my father.
You two, stop bickering.
She won't open the door. I've been banging on it for half an hour.
Did she at least yell at you?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Do you know if I'm supposed to spend the night?
I have no idea. Where's Kyle?
He's outside smoking.
Great. Peter, what do we do about Mom?
Leave her alone.
It's brilliant.
Maybe it's what she wants. People grieve in different ways.
Have you been rehearsing that, or did that just come to you? Sorry. Where are you going?
Going online to make airline reservations.
What?
He has to go to China.
You can't go to China now.
Somebody's got to wrangle the body.
For God's sake.
Who died anyway?
Will someone take this, please?
Peter, if you tell me one more time how to talk about my own father.
Judge Gray, eggplant parmesan.
You have the sensitivity of a Brillo pad.
Keep your voices down.
God, everybody, shut up!
You know what? Do whatever you want. I haven't cried yet.
Me either. However, I'm on my 57th cigarette.
My boyfriend's mad at me because I was mean to him.
I accidentally got my girlfriend kicked out of medical school.
Oh, God, I hate this so much. Is that coffee? Can I have a sip? Kyle.
Amy, it's my business.
Jeez, Kyle, as if we don't have enough to deal with.
Alcohol wasn't my problem.
That's a load of crap, and you know
For
it.
the last time, this is my business.
You incredible ass! Excuse me.
I need the two of you. We're going to take a little trip.
Well, everybody, have a seat. Goldie, you may start serving at will.
Whatever you say, boss.
I've ordered toasted cheese sandwiches and milkshakes for everyone. The lactose intolerant can just skip it. As most of you know, this is where Jared and I met, and I feel that it's the right place for his memorial. We've been distracted by a lot of talk about grief and caskets and retrieving the body, but I don't want to talk about any of that here. I want to talk about Jared. And so I would like to begin by opening the floor to anyone who would like to share anything, any thoughts.
I didn't really know Mr. Duff, but I know he loved Maxine. And that tells me a lot. I know he wanted to be part of this family. And I really understand that. I'm sorry he had to leave before any of that could happen.
Thank you, Donna.
He was gracious, and he was up for a good time, and he wasn't afraid of Maxine. I admire that.
He talked to me back when I had nothing but a minimum wage job and a ruined career in medicine. Guy like that treating me as if I mattered. That meant something. I won't forget that.
He always asked about Ned and remembered the stories that I told him. I was looking forward to him being a grandfather to my kids.
I looked up to him. I thought of him as a kind of mentor. I hadn't felt that way about any man since Dad died. It was like a second chance at having a father. I felt he was worthy of you, Mom.
Can I read my haiku? Jared Duff was tall. He smelled like rain in the yard. He laughed at my jokes.
It's hard to have a great man for a father. I disappointed him all over the place. That disappointment might be the reason we're all sitting here. But I loved him. And I was prepared to love all of you too. I hope I can still do that. If I can, I'll be one step closer to the son he wanted.
I loved the look in your eyes when he was around. I loved the way he made you laugh. And I'm sad because I don't know if I'll ever hear that laugh again. After you'd been dating just a little while, he called me at work and he asked me what your favorite flower was, and I told him red roses. And that's when he started sending them to you. I guess it was his way of letting me in. Of letting me into the love that he had for you. I wish I could thank him. I wish I could thank him now.
I wanted to hear this. I especially wanted you to hear this, Ella, because the best thing that I can say about Jared Duff is this. This is how a life should be lived, because the whole ridiculous journey is just the way we affect one another and so affect the world. Jared believed in adventure, and he knew that life was risky, and that to fall in love is the biggest risk of all. And no matter how many times I ran from that, he came back. He basically dared me to risk loving him. So I did. And now I'm left to remember a future we don't get to have. Right after I got the news, I was crazy with grief, and I was behaving badly. I wanted to spread my pain. And then I thought, well, that can't be Jared's legacy. I can't be diminished by having known him. So, all day today, I've been trying to figure out how to go on without him. And I've decided I won't. I've decided to go on with him by becoming the person that he believed I could become. We should probably start over.
Really? Why?
Well, we had 2 disastrous days camping, and then death in the family. And I was mean to you.
I don't care. Not everything about camping was disastrous, was it?
No, not everything. Hold that card.
Just great. I'm sorry, I just heard.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy becomes concerned with Maxine's response to a sudden death. Judging Amy is next on